Hello everybody. Today we'll be discussing about the poem Hide and Seek, which was written by John Vernon Scannell. So before we move to the poem, let's have a brief of this particular poem. In the childhood, a child has countless memory of playing the game hide and seek. Through this poem, the poet describes a childhood game tracking the stages of excitement, discomfort, and loneliness the child experiences. The poet tells the story of a child who starts playing the game hide and seek with great enthusiasm and excitement. He selected a damp and dark place to hide, and he assured nobody will be able to find him. In spite of the fact that he is uncomfortable, he takes relief of the fact that nobody would be clever to catch him. However, in the end, he played the game a little long and missed out the opportunities of ending the game with his friends, resulting being completely alone. Let's move to the first stanza of the poem. Woohoo! I am ready. Come and find me. The sacks in the tool shed smells like the seaside. You make yourself little in the salty dark. This line displays the excitement of the child and the detailed account of the surrounding. The boy is calling out to his friend to come and find him. The boy is hiding in the tool shed, which is dark and with a salty smell around, which reminds of the seaside. Close your eyes tight and hope your feet aren't showing. Better not risk another call. They might be close. Don't sneeze, whatever happens. The floor is cold. They are probably searching the bushes near the swing. What's that? That sounds like them. They are coming in. Don't breathe or move. Still, someone knocks a can. Poet asks the boy to sit in a way that his feet should not be visible and he should curl himself. The poet also reminding him that the floor is cold, so he must be careful and not to sneeze because his friends must be nearby searching him. A little sound may attract him. So the poet is asking him not to breathe or move, be still. Next move to the second stanza. Feet mutter, somebody comes very close. A scuffle of words, a laugh, and they are gone. They might be back. Careful in case they come. They will try the greenhouse, then in here again. The boy can hear their voices laughing, whispering nearby. The child instructs himself to be still and ensures that the other children do not realize that he is nearby. Even after the boys move away from the shed, the boy does not come out because the poet keeps on instructing him that his friends are searching nearby and they may come anytime, so be careful. They are near the greenhouse and they will come back again. They are taking a long time, but they will come back. Risk a peep out perhaps, not yet. They might creep in. A good hiding place this, the best you have ever found. It's funny though, they haven't tried again. Can't hear a thing. They must be miles away. Though they are taking a long time, but they will come back. Don't even try to peep out, else they may find you. The child's Wills decides that other children must be searching for him, are puzzled, and he is quite clever for being able to find such a good hiding place. But the boy later on realized that they haven't tried again to come back. They moved far away from that place. Let's move to the third stanza. The dark, damp smells of sand is thicker now. Give them another call. Woo-hoo, come and find me. But they are still elsewhere. They will think you are clever and ask you where you hide. Don't tell them. Keep it a secret. In these lines, we see that the boy is tired of hiding in dark and damp place and the salty smells of sand getting thicker. So he made a call again to his friends and to come and search him. And he said, "You who come and find me." But they could not hear him because they were not nearby. They were elsewhere. The poet keeps on encouraging him or encouraging the child that his friends must be searching him elsewhere and wondering where you are hidden, and when you meet them they will think of you as a clever boy and may ask you where did you hide, but don't even reveal your place. Keep it secrets. It's cold in here. You can't hear anything. But what? Let them hunt a little longer. Think of them frowning at each other. Where can he be? We have looked all over. Now, long time passes. It was cold. But the poet urges the boy to wait a little longer and let them frown at each other and wonder where is he hiding as we have searched him all over. Let's move to the last stanza of this poem. Something tickles on your nose, your legs are stiff. Just a little longer and then creep out. They are not coming back. You have trickled them properly. All right, push up the sacks, that's better. Good to be rid of that unpleasant smell. Out of the shed. Hey, here I am. I am here. I have won the game. You couldn't find me. The darkening garden watches. Nothing stirs. The bushes hold their breath. The air is cold. Yes, here you are. But where are they who sought you? Finally, the boy decided to leave the area and come out of the tool shed. The poet also realized that it is too long and the boy is tired of hiding in the dusty place and his legs are getting stiff. Then also he is asking the boy to wait a little and then come out of the place as the children are not coming back. They have given up. The boy is the winner. He asks the boy to come and push off the sacks and come out of the damp, suffocated place and declare that I am here. I am the winner. I have won the game and none of you could be able to find me. But all his happiness were lost in the moment because it was dark and the garden was empty, quiet, motionless. The children might have gone back to their home. The same voice of the poet who was advising him throughout the poem now turns on him and asks where his so-called friends are who are supposed to be looking or searching for him. Now come to the poem analysis part. Hide and seek is a deep and important message hidden in the detailed description of a familiar childhood game. It emphasizes the importance of recognizing and availing the opportunities which life presents one with. The poem not just about a childhood game, but it is about life. The difficulties which the boy faces after deciding to hide in the shade are metaphorically used for the abstractions one has to deal with while walking down the road one chooses in life. But the boy's determination to win and succeed enables him to be strong enough to overcome all these difficulties. Also, the other boys are the competitors which one has to deal with in life. They are describing as sprawling, like as if they were predatory animals waiting to strike on their prey when it is unaware. So, such are the problems life throws one's way. But if, like the little boy, one has a predetermined aim in mind, it is not difficult to pull through despite them. Then, another message, that of making the maximum use of any and all opportunities that life and luck bless one with, is conveyed in the last few lines. The boy could have enjoyed the thrill of glamorous victory, which would have been ample compensation for enduring through all the frightening aspects of the tool shed, had he came out and declared his presence when the seekers turned away from its doorstep. But he procrastinated, hoping that his delay would put the other children in awe of his brilliant hiding spot and earn him more glory as the victor, only to find out that his continued absence had made them lose an interest and move to leaving him alone and disappointed. So this is very important message conveyed in light and interesting manner through a detailed description of generally popular childhood game. For the written format of the complete description of the poem, refer to the description section. Thank you for watching.